Sit down, take a seat, get comfortable, because we're talking about Escape from Tarkov today, and a very important topic that tons of people are going to be going on about. Is Tarkov dead? And this is all about my opinions on the game, where it's at currently, and why I think the whole "is Tarkov dead" thing a really silly conversation. Firstly, let's give you the TLDR based on my opinion on whether I think Tarkov is dead or not. Absolutely not. I think Tarkov is going to be absolutely fine for the next few years or so. Do you know why I think people are saying Tarkov is dead? That's because they haven't had a content patch in a while. And people are just doing the same thing over and over again like they do in every wipe. That's the problem with a wipe cycle. And if you aren't releasing content constantly, and that's pretty hard for a game development studio to do, you're going to get people pushing and pushing through the game, leveling as fast as they can, get into the end game as quick as possible, and then sit there and go, well, I've got nothing else to do now. And unfortunately, it's usually the content creators and the streamers that are giving that impression, because they have to push through the game as fast as possible to give the best content for you guys. I do the same thing, however, in the past few wipes I've decided to do the complete opposite and just take my time and enjoy myself. But they push and push for the end game to give you the best PvP moments and get all the new gun unlocks and that to show you guys, for you guys. And then when they say, oh, I ain't got anything else to do now, the whole community that is watching that streamer has gone, oh, well, the game's dead. Oh, well, we ain't got nothing to do either. When that's not the case. Now, I'm not blaming the streamer at all. In fact, an update is happening right as I record this video. And that's going to release operational tasks, which is basically daily changing quests for people that are at the end game and just want to do something other than PvP, which is a great addition to give a bit more diversity. I've been playing Escape from Tarkov since right at the very beginning. 0.1 was when I started playing, and 0.4 was when I started playing content and pumping tons of hours into this game. Don't you think that I've been burnt out before? Don't you think I've said, oh, I could really do with a new content patch or something like that? But over time, you just learn that you need a bit of diversity. This game isn't a game that you can keep playing when you're frustrated with it, because it'll only put you down in a rut. So make sure you've got other games that you can go to, and feel free to take a break. Don't feel like you're going to be left behind, because in this game, one, any bullet, any weapon at any level can kill any other level, no matter how thick. It just takes skill and practice. And two, the game wipes periodically, so you're going to be back at that same point anyway. Even if you decide, you know what, I'm going to take a month's break, you wouldn't be in any worse of a position than someone that was playing 6 hours a day, 7 days a week. And another thing that brings people down so quickly and makes people think Tarkov is dead so quickly because they've got nothing to do, is because they're so focused on that content. Much like I mentioned earlier, saying streamers are so focused on making Tarkov content and they push to the end. The reason they do that is purely for the viewership. Now, you can see this on my channel as a prime example, right? I've been playing Escape from Tarkov for ages, grew my following purely on Escape from Tarkov. Now I'm in a little bit of a rut and don't want to play the game every day for a little while, and I'm trying to play other games because other games have interested me, and I'd put that out on the channel. Hardly anyone watches it. And here's a few reasons why that doesn't bother me. One, I use this channel to create content that I enjoy. The reason I started making EFT guides was because when I started, there was nothing like that, and I didn't want people to go through the same things that I went through trying to learn everything without a little bit of help. And two, this ain't my job. This, quite frankly, isn't my job. I do something else 9 to 5, and this is a hobby. When streamers and content creators are basing a full-time career off of one game, then they struggle breaking out into other games because they're focused on one category. That's where they grind so many hours, get burnt out, then say the game's dead, but still play because they can't do anything else. Sure, there's people that will follow you for you. I have that, everyone has that. They follow you along no matter what you play. But the vast majority of your channel is going to be following you for something that they originally clicked that follow button for. Whether that be your gameplay, your informative content, whatever that may be. And if it's something that doesn't interest them personally, they ain't going to watch, and you can't blame them for that. So of course, streamers are going to be pumping content and hours into games that give them views, and if they broke out on Escape from Tarkov, they're going to keep playing Escape from Tarkov until they've got a good enough base following that will follow them to somewhere else. Another thing, I really need to mention this because it bugs the hell out of me, and it's mainly Twitter and Reddit, I'm not gonna lie, but you guys are so bipolar. Well, the 1 minute they're pumping out little leaks about new content that's coming really soon and this and that and all the other, and you just moan at them and moan at them and moan at them going, oh, fix desync. Oh, where's bug fixes? Oh, this has been broken for ages. And then they switch and they do bug fix patches and put content patches on hold. And then you go back to going, oh, well, we ain't got no content, the game's dead. The developers are in a lose-lose situation at the moment, and I feel sorry for them. Sure, they've got a large company going now, right? They've got a large group of people working on Escape from Tarkov, but game development's not easy. I don't know whether you saw the open beta for Battlefield 2042, but that is a prime example of what I'm talking about, how game development is not easy, right? DICE have a massive development team. Battlefield 2042 has been in the planning and development phase for about as long as Escape from Tarkov has. And Battlefield is certainly not as ambitious as Battlestate Games are trying to make Escape from Tarkov be. I mean, there's been countless Battlefields now, and they all follow the same premise. They just develop off of that and make it look better, feel better, play better, new modes, etc. One thing I will say though, Battlestate Games have done some bad things. They've made some bad decisions. They've listened too much to the community and swayed off different paths because of what the community wanted, and that backfired. If you look back through the development history and you look back through 0.1, 0.2, when the game was small, everything was running smoothly. They were pumping out content quickly, they were wiping frequently, they were doing bug fixes as often as they could, and that was with a much smaller development team. The game has grown way too quickly, and I don't think they could manage that. When they started doing Twitch Rivals and Drops events, the viewership and therefore the popularity absolutely skyrocketed, and they did not know what to do. The servers were on fire, Nikita was crying in the corner, and everything was going wrong, but they handled it well, they pushed through it, and they got that crazy train of popularity back on its tracks, and that's good. I've worked with multiple game developers quite closely throughout my YouTube career, and I don't think I've seen the development team work as hard as Battlestate Games has. The fact of the matter is, this game is going to go up and down, peaks and troughs, but still have its cult following. And that's what's going to happen. Same with Arma and other hardcore games. It's going to have a group of people that will never leave. Am I part of that group? Probably. But that cult group of people is going to be enough for the game to thrive. And then when the game gets content patches, the people that have took a break or decided, fuck it, Tarkov's dead, they're going to come back. And that's what happens at the start of every new wipe. The game spikes in popularity and then slowly tail ends off until we get to the end game, and then the game wipes again and it goes up again. And it just keeps doing that. That's the way the game is, that's the way the game always has been. I don't see Tarkov being quote unquote dead, ever. I see it maybe getting to the point where it's just got that cult following, but I don't think that's going to be for a few years yet. And new people are always going to find this game now. More and more developers are going down this route of a very hardcore, punishing survival shooter like Tarkov. Like I said, they've paved the way for this new style of game, so they're always going to be there in that area. So yes, this video may have been a little bit of a ranty one, because I'm just sad that people have resorted to just posting dead game everywhere, when actually this is how the game's always been. It's just a roller coaster of popularity, but the game isn't dead. In fact, making these comments that the game's dead, is going to put new people off of playing it. So you're only making it worse. And I think plenty of people have said that in the past before me making this video as well. So all I'm going to say is trust the process, and in short, make sure you've got a diverse group of games that you enjoy playing. And don't play this game because you feel like you have to, because like I said, you're always going to be able to kill someone and push through the progression. For example, a guy I play with a hell of a lot, Surfer, he's still in his level 20s. He still gets good raids, he still gets bad raids, but don't we all? Now if you honestly feel that Tarkov has wasted your time and you feel the game is dead, then I want you to do one thing for me. Go onto your account and check how many hours you've played this game. It's probably quite a bit because the game isn't easy and you don't learn everything like that. If it isn't a lot, then you've still got more to do. The game isn't dead because you've still got things that you can do. So rather than going onto Twitter and Reddit and all that and putting that the game's dead just to discourage the developers and to discourage new players, just put you're burnt out. Just tell people that you're struggling and you're in a rut. I'm happy to tell you that I'm in a rut. I can't be asked for Tarkov at the moment, but I've got other games that I want to play too. And that's the main thing, as I've said. But I want to hear from you guys down below in the comments. This is very discussion-y, this video. I want to know what you think. I want to know where you stand. Let me know down below in the comments. Let's have a friendly discussion. No shouting at each other. This place is a safe space. But other than that, thank you so much for listening to me ramble. I love you lots. I'll see you in the next video. Probably be more Escape from Tarkov chatty shit because 1, I like it, and 2, I've got a lot to get off my chest. So I'll see you in the next one, boys. Thanks for watching.